What if a war that could reshape the entire Middle East was already decided in the first few hours, before most people even realized it had begun? On February 28, 2026, something unprecedented happened. Without a formal declaration, without weeks of buildup, the United States and Israel launched one of the most complex coordinated military operations in modern history, Operation Epic Fury. And within just 24 hours, over 1,700 targets were struck across Iran. Air defenses went silent. Missile launchers disappeared. Command networks collapsed. But here's the part that should make you pause. This wasn't just an attack. It was a system-wide dismantling executed with such speed and precision that Iran's ability to respond was crippled before the world could even react. Yet despite all this, Iran still fought back. Missiles still launched. Leaders were still killed. And the conflict spiraled into something far more dangerous than anyone expected. So what really happened behind the scenes of Operation Epic Fury? Who was involved? How much damage was actually done? And why are military experts calling this the beginning of a new era of warfare? Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more unsettling this story becomes. If you want more deep, powerful breakdowns like this, stories the mainstream often oversimplifies, take a second to like this video and subscribe. It may seem small, but it helps us keep uncovering the truth behind global events like this. And trust me, what you're about to hear next only gets more intense. Welcome to Top 10 Uncovered, where we break down the world's most complex events, hidden operations, and untold stories into powerful, eye-opening insights you won't find anywhere else. Now let's dive in. The war that began in silence. Operation Epic Fury didn't begin with chaos. It began with coordination. On February 28, 2026, US and Israeli forces launched simultaneous strikes across Iran, targeting military bases, missile factories, nuclear-linked infrastructure, and leadership compounds. But this wasn't just a two-country operation. Behind the scenes, a broader coalition was already in motion. The United Kingdom deployed RAF jets from Cyprus. Gulf states activated missile defense systems. U.S. Navy destroyers equipped with advanced interceptors positioned themselves across the region. This was a multi-layered alliance. Air power, naval dominance, missile defense, cyber warfare, all synchronized. And within the first 24 hours, the scale was staggering. Over 1,000 U.S. strikes and 750 Israeli strikes hit Iranian targets. But here's what made it different. These weren't random strikes. They were pre-selected, intelligence-driven targets built over years, designed to cripple Iran's ability to fight back. Missile launchers, air defense systems, command centers, all hit almost simultaneously. And just like that, Iran's defensive shield began to fracture. But what truly broke it was something Iran never saw coming: how the F-35 crippled Iran's air defenses. At the center of this operation was one aircraft that changed everything: the F-35 Lightning II. This wasn't just a fighter jet, it was the key to dismantling Iran's integrated air defense system. Instead of attacking blindly, F-35s penetrated Iranian airspace undetected, mapping radar systems, identifying high-value targets, and transmitting real-time data back to coalition forces. Think about that for a second. Iran's entire defense network depended on seeing threats early. But the F-35 made that impossible. It didn't just evade radar. It exposed it. Weak points, blind zones, response delays. And once those vulnerabilities were identified, they were exploited. This is why, within days, US and allied aircraft were flying missions with minimal resistance. Because the system meant to stop them had already been quietly dismantled. But even stealth has limits. And at one point, Iran nearly proved it. The F-22 and total air dominance. While the F-35 operated in silence, the F-22 Raptor enforced dominance. Its role was simple, but critical. Ensure no Iranian aircraft could challenge coalition control of the skies. And it worked. Within days, coalition forces had achieved near-total air superiority, allowing thousands of sorties to be flown deep inside Iranian territory. In fact, U.S. forces alone conducted over 8,000 combat flights during the operation. And despite flying directly into contested airspace, losses remained incredibly low. That's almost unheard of in modern warfare, because historically, attacking a heavily defended nation would result in significant aircraft losses. But here, almost none. That level of dominance meant one thing: anything in Iran could be targeted, anytime. But control of the skies was only the beginning. Precision destruction at scale. Once air defenses weakened, the floodgates opened. Cruise missiles, drones, and strike aircraft began hitting targets with devastating precision. By day 14, coalition forces had struck over 15,000 targets across Iran. Let that sink in. 15,000. Missile factories destroyed. Launch systems dismantled. Weapons production facilities eliminated. Some reports indicate that 70% of Iran's ballistic missile launchers were disabled within just over 2 weeks. Even Iran's naval forces weren't spared. Up to 92% of its large naval vessels were reportedly destroyed, crippling its ability to control key waterways like the Strait of Hormuz. And leadership wasn't off-limits. Senior commanders, including high-ranking naval officials, were killed in targeted strikes. This wasn't just damage. This was systematic dismantling. But despite all this, Iran didn't collapse, because the war was far from over. At this point, you might be thinking, how can any military survive this? Thousands of strikes, destroyed infrastructure, leadership losses. And yet, Iran kept fighting. Missiles were still being launched. Ships were still being targeted. And the conflict was spreading across the region, which raises a terrifying question. What happens when a country absorbs this level of damage and still refuses to back down? Because what comes next is where this war becomes truly unpredictable. I want to pause here and ask you something. Do you think any country could withstand this kind of attack and still fight back? Or would most nations collapse under this level of pressure? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you think. And trust me, your answer might change after the next part. The first hour that changed everything. Military experts are calling this first-hour warfare, because the most critical damage happened almost instantly. Within the first day, Iran's air defenses, missile systems, and command networks were heavily degraded. Cyber warfare played a massive role, disrupting communications, radar systems, and coordination across military units. This meant Iran wasn't just under attack. It was confused, disconnected, unable to respond effectively. And that's the real shift in modern warfare. Wars are no longer decided by who lasts longer, but by who strikes first and fastest. But even under those conditions, Iran still found ways to retaliate. Iran's missile response. Despite losing significant capabilities, Iran launched waves of missiles and drones across the region. Targets included Israel, Gulf states, and even international shipping routes. At first, the attacks were intense, but within just a few days, they dropped sharply. Because launch systems were being destroyed faster than they could be used. Still, Iran's remaining arsenal caused real damage, especially to energy infrastructure and regional security. And interception wasn't perfect. Even with advanced systems like Patriot and THAAD, Interception rates hovered around 80 to 90%, meaning some missiles still got through, which proves something critical. Even the best defense systems in the world can't stop everything. The cost of war. But this operation didn't come without consequences. On the coalition side, at least 13 U.S. personnel were killed, with around 200 injured. There were also accidents and friendly fire incidents, including aircraft losses and crashes. And then there were civilian casualties. One tragic incident saw a U.S. strike mistakenly hit a school, killing around 175 to 180 civilians, mostly children. This is the darker side of modern warfare, where speed and automation increase efficiency, but also increase the risk of devastating mistakes. And economically, the war cost billions, burning through resources at an estimated $1 billion per day. Which raises a critical question. Is this kind of warfare sustainable? Up until now, we've looked at what happened. But the top 3 reveal something deeper. Why it happened this way. Why militaries around the world are studying this operation closely. And why the next war you hear about might already be decided before it even begins. Stealth redefined warfare. Stealth didn't just help this operation. It defined it. The ability to operate undetected allowed coalition forces to control the battlefield before Iran could react. And once that control was established, everything else became easier, faster, more precise, more devastating. This is why experts are calling this a turning point in military history. Because it proves one thing beyond doubt. If you can't see your enemy, you can't stop them. The fragility of even the strongest militaries. Iran's military was not weak. Far from it. It was one of the most complex defense networks in the region. And yet, it was still vulnerable. Because modern warfare doesn't attack strength directly. It targets connections, coordination, timing, breakthroughs, and everything else follows. The future of war. Operation Epic Fury is more than a military campaign. It's a blueprint, a glimpse into the future of warfare, a future where wars begin instantly, spread rapidly, and are largely decided before the world even understands what's happening. This is no longer about who has the biggest army. It's about who can strike first, think faster, and control the battlefield from the very first moment. Because in this new era, speed is power, information is dominance, and invisibility is victory. From the first silent strike, to thousands of precision attacks, to a nation still fighting despite massive losses, Operation Epic Fury reveals something undeniable. War has changed, and the world may never be the same again. If you made it this far, you've just uncovered one of the most important military shifts of our time. So don't stop here. Like the video, share it, and subscribe to Top 10 Uncovered, because the next story we uncover might already be unfolding right now, and you won't want to miss it.